What's happening, everybody? It's Rob from Burgle Bullies. So I wanted to sit down and make a video of a couple dogs throughout the pedigrees when I put together and made and created and produced the litter of 7. And I kept 3 out of the litter just because of how unique it is and the route I was going, and I wanted to build off that in my program of what I'm doing to make myself unique and different, and basically what I'm doing and bringing to the table on what we're producing and what I'm making and creating, which is Octavia, Kiara, and little Remy. So those 3 came off the breeding I did with Grimlock and Mira. And that was where I took Mira, which is, she's 13 inches, and I took Grimlock, who's 19 inches. Grimlock falls under the standard category, and Mira falls under the low pro pocket category. Damn near almost micro, which she has micro in her ped. She has micro and she has pocket throughout her pedigree. Which you guys heard this who's followed me. I've announced this and talked about this before. Grimlock has standard and pocket throughout his pedigree. That's where I had the leeway to mix them. I have a few individuals kind of, I don't know, high intensity of the way comments are made, aggravation, I guess, a little bit of saying, well, how do you know what they are then? Well, it's pretty simple and self-explanatory. Every American bully falls under a category on their height, how tall they are. So depending on, them trying to say, well, I don't know how to basically classify them as what they are. I know what they are. I go off their height. They're a year and 3 months, going on a year and 4 months. They're not going to get any taller. They're only going to start getting wider and more bullier and head and body, all that, which they're already massive, and that comes from mixing on what I did. If you do it right and you do it correct. It takes certain pedigrees, it takes certain dogs that you can't be specifically locked in one whole class. If you are, it's not going to blend and mix well. You're not going to be able to produce and create and make unique things. You're not going to be able to be different and take your own route and road and not follow down the road everyone else is doing and producing. You're going to produce the same thing over and over again. Yes, you're going to get good quality, you're going to get badass looking dogs, but nothing different is going to change. Which I took what I wanted to do and go down and separate myself, and I wanted to be unique. I wanted to put different dogs and bloodlines and pedigrees together that you are not going to see. Shit that is very unique and different, and to where I can try to produce and do better than the same thing over and over. Lifespan. Dogs' lifespans have shortened up over the years in an American bully. I hate to say it, but there's other breeders that know it too. There's other people in the bully community and world that know what I'm talking about. Flaws that appear over and over again, and then you have to try to balance it out, fix it, correct it, and use, and fingers crossed, different studs and females and all that. But no matter what, it's always going to be down the same road, and nothing is going to change to be unique. I took my route to be unique and be different and tried to better the breed on my philosophies in my mind and my thoughts, and also putting together bloodlines and pedigrees and dogs that normally wouldn't be together between, just them having the micro, the pocket, and the standard mixed in throughout their bloodline, genes, genetics, and pedigree. It's in them. I can use it to my advantage. I can use different dogs and bloodlines to bring in and pull for what I need to better than what I already have. That was my expectations, my goals, my what I wanted to do to separate myself to be different and be unique out of, people call it the bully game, people call it bully world, when you're breeding. and what you're trying to produce, and what, you know, I guess your way to shine on your own route and uniqueness and differency, which that's where I ended up doing the Grimlock and Mirror breeding. And now I can take that and I can bring in other bloodlines and breedings down the road that are outside my yard to benefit and grow better than what I produce, and keep on hopefully succeeding on bettering my yard, bettering my dogs, making unique stuff, making things you don't normally see, bloodlines and pedigrees and different dogs in that pedigree, just to be like, that's insane, that's crazy. It's not unique. I mean, it's unique. It's not the same suit following over and over again on the same classes throughout a pedigree. That's why, and I just kind of, I know I talked about it, but the people in disbelief are trying to basically be aggravated at me on not trying to say, you know, if I enter a dog show, how can I know what to put them in and what class and all that stuff. Well, it's all by height. I mean, it's on inches. So, therefore, you know, that's basically the category it's going to fall under, no matter what's throughout the pedigree. When the dog is what the dog is, that's the final say-so. So even though it's got a unique background and pedigree and bloodline, and different size class dogs are in that bloodline and genes and genetics, it doesn't mean that my dog is all that. It just means that's what I use to produce what my dog is. My final say-so of my dog is the height in inches of what came out of what I built and created. And what the height is basically what class it is. Excuse me. Is what class it is. That's where I can go and succeed and advertise of what it is and what I did to create it and produce it. And the only thing is I'm answering the questions that get asked me. Especially when, you know, when I get asked about my dog. You know, I answer the questions. It's not my fault people get butthurt and get mad over it. It's not my fault that, you know, you either approve or disapprove, or you like it or you don't like it. That don't matter to me. You're going to take your own road and route and stay in your lane. I'm going to take my own road, my own route, and stay in my lane, and you know, be respectful and be cool with everybody, you know, in the world. That's just how I am. But yeah, I'm not gonna get you're not gonna fire me up to backfire to downgrade you or disrespect you, or bring me to that level. That's not me. It doesn't matter if you get mad or not, or if you disapprove of what I do. But that's kind of why I'm making this video. I'm gonna throw up the micro dogs throughout the ped. I'm gonna throw pocket dogs that are throughout the ped. I'm gonna throw standard dogs throughout the ped. And it's not every single dog throughout the ped. I'm just doing kind of the close range of Mirror, Grimlock, and branching off for Grimlocks and branching off for Mirrors. And some of the heavy hitters that are close and tight bloodline throughout the pedigree, mixed in that pedigree, which those two's pedigree is going to be mixed for Kiara, Little Remy, and Octavia. So basically the pictures I'm showing you are the dogs that created Octavia, Mira, and Kiara. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, that's what makes me unique. That makes me different. It opens up and creates opportunity. Anybody who buys pups off me, they have that opportunity in route and uniqueness that's going to go to their yard, and that what they're going to own, and what they choose to do that later down the road, that falls on them. But it does open up opportunity for when you do buy a pup off of something very unique and pedigree mixed in uniqueness and differency of something you won't see. It's what we do here at Burgle Bullies is what I do, me and my family. It's something, yeah, that I'm not going to change to try to please anybody. And I'm not going to do the same thing over and over again, but I want to bring even other outside studs and females into my yard that's a different bloodline, and they're going to be probably more of the same suit. And it took me a long time to buy Mira and Grimlock on what my first vision was. That was my very first vision, because I wanted to start off being unique and different and produce stuff that's not out there yet. Close to it, yes, but not the bloodline, genes, and genetics and different classes pre-mixed. Which the beginning of this breed, that's how it all got started. So there's been different dogs brought in to make the American Bully. There's been different classes brought in to make the American Bully years and years ago, to the point, you know, I wanted to use that to my advantage and take what is badass now, kick it back, rewind it, and pull what I know's in the pedigree close enough to I can use it to my advantage. It's not so far, because if it's so far, it's not going to work the way I wanted it to. And you know, later down the road, I'm going to bring other bloodlines in, and I'm going to mix into the pedigree that you wouldn't think you would ever see. Dogs that are well known, badass, and use it to my advantage to hopefully create and make more unique and good American Bullies, and hopefully start bettering the breed in my eyes and vision of, you know, prolonging the life, making them bigger on like a more of a micro size, but bigger because body wise, without breaking it down, and where they're still functionable. Like Octavia, she is phenomenal on the air she catches when she runs and jumps. There's videos that I have, if you watch, where she's going after the spring pole, flirt pole, when she was super young. The potential was there when she was super young. She was already blowing my mind with the flirt pole, because I don't use a spring pole until they're a year old. The flirt pole is forgiving a lot more. They can still run and catch air and jump, but they're not yanking down as hard on impact. So that's, yeah, what I do, what I'm about. I know I made videos on the pocket and standard breeding together in the past, but this is more of Octavia, Kiara, and little Remy, pedigree, on people not believing that I was able to do micro, pocket, and standard with that breeding. The litter, it was a litter of 7. It was 6 girls, 1 boy. So yeah, that's kind of what it is. Here's the pics, and God bless, and yeah, till next time. So remember, be a good pack leader. Take care of those dogs. Keep them on a short leash. Till next time.